Patriarchy is an ideology that regards men as the authority within a family and society at large. It considers men as the dominant and privileged gender within a social setup. It is such ideologies, among other varied factors, that restrict women within the private arena of home as mothers and wives and leaves men to dominate in the public sphere. This is one of the critical factors that shape the level of women's political participation, not only in Kenya, but also globally. In the Kenyan context, women are often excluded from full and equal participation in almost all aspects of society. As a result, women experience challenges in accessing healthcare, education, jobs, as well as full participation in the political process. In an initiative dubbed Enhancing Women Leadership in the Light of the New Constitution, Institute for Culture and Ecology, ICE, a Kenya-based civil organization, sought to address gender inequality by increasing participation levels of women in governance and decision-making for both local and national levels.
Majina naitwa Josfrida Nyangila. Nimesimama Matungulu North Ward, huko Kangundo. Matungulu ilizaliwa na Kangundo. Now we have a new constituency inaitwa Matungulu. Hapo ndio nimesimama. Na kwetu wanaume wamekubali kuunga wamama mkono. Everybody amesema round hii ni wamama ndio tuone vile inaendelea.
The program has been able to mobilize women in a great way, whereby first eyes carried out a baseline survey in all those respective areas to identify or to know the level of women leadership and the challenges and all what people think about women leadership in those areas. Apparently, the deductions or the conclusions that were put across are the ones that we've been trying to see how they can be addressed, to see that women profile in terms of leadership is able to rise above where it is at the moment.
Key among the interventions was the provision of information and knowledge to women on citizenry rights, as well as increasing community support for women leadership. In a one-year program that kicked off in December 2011, ICE rolled out activities that were aimed at engaging the existing as well as upcoming devolved governance structures to ensure an overall favorable environment for women leadership.
We undertook a project together with UN Women to promote the space of women in public participation and to enhance women leadership and gender gains in the light of the new constitution. And we are working with communities at the local level to ensure that as many women rise up to take political seats, because at the local level they have been influencing so much and they also lead public bodies at the local level. So why not at the political level? We are telling them that they can be ward reps, they can be even the president, because the new constitutional dispensation ensures that a woman, as long as she is qualified, she can take up any seat. And it has been interesting to see women rise up, women gain confidence.
Through support from UN Women, Gender and Governance Program Phase 3, ICE conducted civic education and mobilized communities in Machakos and Kiambu counties to embrace the constitutional dispensation by taking into consideration the provisions of women involvement in governance and political structures. A capacity-building process saw sections of the community trained as trainers on gender gains, devolution, electoral system, and affirmative action in Yatta, Kangundo, and Lari constituencies. Similar trainings were conducted among women groups in these areas in a bid to strengthen and increase their participation in decision-making and governance structures. ICE also held several intergenerational dialogues which brought together representatives of traditional council of elders, youth and women to discuss, among other issues, the place of a woman in the society, violence against women, women's rights, leadership and governance, among other issues.
We have been able to come up with strategies of addressing this, and one of them being using intergenerational dialogues or dialogues between men, women, and even youth, to see that all of them, they come and discover or they come and discuss cultural barriers that stop women from accessing leadership, and even to bridge that gap in terms of culture and in terms of age, in terms of gender, to see that everyone is involved in this kind of a process.
Information, education and communication (IEC) materials were used in awareness campaigns in the 3 project areas.
A key part of this process has been IEC materials, and these are materials that dispense information so quickly and are so simple, and they click with the communities. We have had t-shirts, the capes, we have had pamphlets that detail the positions that are going to be available for women to vie, and also what the Constitution says about women involvement in public participation. So we hand them out in Kiambu and Machakos counties, and these simple pamphlets and t-shirts and capes simply say wanawake wanaweza, and that is women can, and they truly can. And so we have been dispensing them, and they have been very, very successful.
Community awareness meetings also proved to be a very reliable tool in the ICE-led women leadership advocacy drives. Mentorship and psychosocial support forums were conducted to prepare women psychologically to fully participate in leadership and address issues of gender-based violence, as well as mobilize community groups in the 3 target areas.
Alafu kwa kila county una hii board tunaita County Public Service Board. Inatakiwa ichaguliwe chairman na members wengine ambao hawapungui 3, hawazidi 5. Sawa?
Roadshow caravans were a mix of music, pomp and color as they traverse the 3 project areas to further publicize and spread the message on the need to encourage and support women leadership.
Wamama mwe mnajitokeza na kazi zikitanwa, wamama mnajitokeza. Sisi tunasupport uongozi wa mama kwa njia ambazo zinafaa kulingana na katiba yetu.
According to the Constitution, women and men have the right to equal treatment, including the right to equal opportunities in political, economic, cultural, and social spheres. Like men, they are free to make political choices and fully participate in the political process. It also clearly states that not more than 2/3 of the members of elective public bodies shall be of the same gender.
Katiba inasema wazi wazi, not more than 2/3 of either gender will be in parliament. Na kulingana na mawingu tumeona mtabiri wa hewa alikuwa hapa kitabiri hewa. Si mlimuona? Akatabiri. Tukitabiri hivyo tuangalie, tunaona ni wanaume watakuwa more than 2/3. Si ndio? Na wakikuwa more than 2/3, hiyo it will be a constitutional crisis. Kwa hivyo kina mama nawasihi tafadhalini, hata viti vya MP kila pahali musimame sambamba na wanaume, kwa sababu mimi najua kila mtu amepewa kipawa yake.
Article 21, Section 3 recognizes women among the vulnerable groups in the society and requires state organs and public officers to address the needs of women and other vulnerable groups.
Simply because they were fake objects created by God and labeled women. I want to know, is it a crime to be a woman? Why a man? Did you get this mentality that a woman mark is in there?
Hey yo, shut up, fake object. Your work is only kulala na kuzaa. Leave the other smart work to women, e.g. making decision, leading the country, name them.
The campaign also helped promote good cultural practices that advocate for gender equality in the society through the use of inter-community cultural platforms such as exchange visits, traditional dances, and folklore.
This process has been able to mobilize stakeholders, to mobilize other leaders, to mobilize youth and men, so that they are able to support women leadership at whatever level that women may call them to do. And we have seen tremendous achievement, tremendous growth in this process, and we are doing this, integrating it in with a process, what we call a cultural approach process. This one has been able to we are exploiting the cultural part of the society to see that women leadership is promoted in a good way.
They also advocate for peaceful coexistence between ethnic communities and influence policy development, especially on gender balance and dispute resolution through traditional mechanisms. The initiative has helped reawaken the all-important discussion on how men and women can complement each other to improve the welfare of their families and the community, as well as identify common constraints to women's participation in leadership positions and how this could be overcome.
Na upande wa kwetu wa mama wakatokezea kutoka vile vikundi naenda, kutoka vile na waongoza. Vile hata wameona nimewafanyia mambo mingi, wakaniambia nisimame, na mimi nikaona ni vizuri kulingana na vile nilinufaika na masomo ya ICE. Hata wakanionyesha hakuna maana ya kuogopa ningangane na wanaume, ndiposa mimi nikajiunga nao na kungangana na wanaume. Katika wodi yangu ni mimi mwanamke peke yangu na ngangana na wanaume 18.
We've been left out in leadership, and ICE has done a marvelous job. They have come to the grassroots and they have sensitized the villagers, the elders, the youth, everyone in the community that, well, we know especially politics has been male dominated, but now we've realized that men, or rather the male, cannot work alone. You have to involve the women.
Hatujapigania tutoshane, lakini tungeliomba ya kwamba watu wote wapewe nafasi sawa.
The achievements we have had in this project is having women at the local level coming up to take these seats. We have in Kiambu and Machakos County women who, out of this sensitization, out of knowing the new constitutional dispensation, out of knowing that they have equal rights as well as the men, have come up to say, I would like to be a woman representative, I would like to be an MP, I would like to be a ward rep. All these have, for us, been a major milestone, because these are women who are, if I may say, shy, but now are more courageous. We also have communities supporting women, men coming up and saying that, you know, we can now vote for women and we believe in our women, elders supporting the women process.
The most rewarding component, however, has been preparing the electorate and potential candidates for elections with a specific focus on building the confidence of women so that they are able to stand for leadership positions in their communities.